Hello, everybody. It looks like we're live, and I'm seeing people already typing into the chat. I love that. Whoa, losing my voice here. Welcome. So my name is Melyssa Griffin. Hopefully we've met before, but if not, if this is your first workshop with me today, then welcome. I am so excited to get the chance to talk with you. I know it's like a week before the holidays, so I really appreciate you taking the time to be here today for your own sake and so that I feel like people actually show up to these things. It's so much more fun when people are commenting in the chat and when people are letting me know that they're from countries all over the world. I think that is just the coolest thing. And I already see people letting me know that they're from New Mexico, Chicago, Sweden, Brazil. I think that is so cute and so cool. I said cute because somebody said cute hat. And I have to tell you, the hat is a sign of me not having washed my hair in several days. So anyone else do that? Raise your hand if you are a hat wearer only when your hair is dirty. Anyways, thank you again for being here. Today we're talking about the latest trends that are coming up for 2018 and things that have already kind of been shifting in the online business world that you may have felt or seen thus far in your online business or one that you want to start. And these are 5 things that I think are just transformative, really. Things that we've started to adopt or have been doing inside of my business, or things that we're putting a greater focus on in 2018, because I just think that they are going to change everything about the online business world. So if you're here right now, it's probably because you've got your own business or because you want to start one. Maybe you don't have one yet, and that is completely fine. But I have a feeling that the things that I'm going to talk about today are really just going to help you hone in on the most important strategies and tactics that you should be focusing on in the new year. And I've got a little something special to share with you at the end of the workshop too. So altogether, we'll be here for about an hour. I hope you have time to stick around for the whole thing because I do have some special stuff just for people who stay on live. Okay. I am going to share my screen with you. A couple people are saying they can't see the video. If that's the case, I would try leaving and then coming back in or closing out of different browser tabs or software you've got running on your computer. Sometimes when you've got too much going on, then the video quality just like goes away or the video completely dies. So that's what I would recommend doing. Lauren says, just use baby powder 5 minutes ago. I know that trick to get rid of oily hair. So funny. I love all this chatter in the comments about other people who don't wash their hair every day. It's not good for your hair, guys. Okay, it's not good for your hair. All right. I am going to share my screen with you so that you can see my slides. We will keep this fun and funky, and I would love to hear from you throughout this presentation inside of the chat as well. Okay, so give me 1 second here. Okay, so let me know if you can see these slides and then I'll go full screen here. But I think we are ready to go. I hope you've got your notebook out, you have a pen ready, and you are ready to take some major notes and really get your learning on. Okay, I see people saying yes, so I'm going to play and we will get started. So that's me over there with slightly more clean hair, I would presume. But anyways, today we're talking about what's working now, the best strategies to start and grow your online business in 2018. Now, if you are here today, then you're in the right place. If you've got an online business or you want to start one and you're wondering which strategies to focus on in order to really make the biggest impact in your growth. You're also in the right place if you've ever looked up a business tactic on Google only to realize that it's outdated, like from 2006. Yes, there are articles on Google from 2006. I know, it is mind-blowing. So you want to learn the latest strategies for 2018. And you're in the right place if you sell online courses, digital products, services, or physical products, and you want to grow your audience and your sales. So pretty much no matter what you're selling online, this workshop is going to help you hone in on how to make more sales and grow a larger and more connected audience too. Now that's me over there, Melyssa Griffin. I'm your teacher for the day. And I want to give you a little bit of background on myself. So picture this. A few years ago, I was just starting my business and I had no idea where to start with all of the information out there. Maybe if you're starting your business right now, you can kind of relate to that, but I literally had no idea, no business experience. I was a teacher before starting my blog, which eventually became a graphic design studio and now my online course business. But I had no idea what I was doing. I was literally Googling things all the time and it took me months and plenty of wasted time to gain any traction because I was implementing things that were outdated or it was just super overwhelming to try and research all this stuff. So it took a while and it was frustrating not having other people to talk to or to know if the things that I was implementing inside of my business were actually legitimate or if it was just a random article that I'd read on Google and had no idea if the person writing it knew what they were talking about. So today, I want to share some of the strategies that helped me grow out of that feast and famine mode of trying to figure it all out, feeling overwhelmed, making some money and then not making money for weeks, and then into a different kind of business owner, a business owner who's able to grow their audience with true connection and ease. A business owner who's able to leverage the latest trends for maximum sales and to really not change completely what you're doing, but to just add little things onto what you're already doing well so that you can make more and more sales and really quickly grow your business. A business owner who's able to create a life of freedom. Now, raise your hand in the chat. Just tell me if you love to travel, because I love traveling. I lived in Japan for a few years. I wish I could live in more countries, but I've been to a lot of countries and I just love traveling. It's one of my favorite things to do in this world. And having a business that gives me that freedom to pick up and go when I want to is exhilarating. And it's so freeing to have that opportunity. And to be a business owner who's able to donate money and even time to their favorite causes and charities. Now, I'm sure that this is something that's important to you guys here too. So my business has helped me enter one of the happiest periods of my entire life, a period where anything feels possible, which is such an exciting feeling to feel like you have an idea and you think, I can do that. I know how to do that. Or if I don't know how to do it, I know that I'll get there. It's so exciting to have that feeling. And I can't wait to share the strategies and tactics that were most important to my growth inside of this workshop. So before we get started, in case we've never met, I just want to share something that one of my students, Tiara, said so that you know that what I'm saying is legitimate and that I'm not just blowing smoke here. So what Tiara said is that after purchasing my first course from Melyssa, I was absolutely blown away. Melyssa is no joke. My email list has grown consistently. My conversion rates are up across the board on my website. And my new course made a profit of $2,500 in 15 days with a small list. Cannot sing her praises enough. Thank you so much, Melyssa. You have a lifelong customer now. Thank you, Tiara. That is so sweet of you. But just so that you know, we're talking about the real stuff here today. Now, if you are excited to learn the latest online business trends, then let's get started. So for today's agenda, the first thing is the foundation of creating a truly connected community and what the top performing businesses are doing in 2018 and how you can do the same thing for your business. Also, how to sell digital products in a saturated market and what's working right now for online courses. The most important new feature to incorporate in your offers if you want to continue making sales. I'm excited to talk about this one. I think it's going to be really big in 2018. And how to avoid the burnout and fatigue of live launches of your products and what to do instead. So if you don't know what a live launch is, we'll talk a little bit more about that. If you've ever done a live launch, you probably know how overwhelming and stressful they can be. I've definitely had my fair share of overwhelming live launch moments. So we're going to be talking about a different way to run your business instead of always doing launches of your products. So let's dive in. Now, number one, today we're talking about 5 trends. So the first one I like to call, let's get real. Authenticity is so important nowadays. Have you noticed that shift into more authentic ways of creating a tribe and growing your business? Because millennials and consumers are looking for businesses that they can trust and relate to. In the past, business used to be transactional, where you'd put up a sales page, you'd say, here's all the things that you're going to get, and people would give you tons of stuff and you'd buy it. And that was just the way that it ran, maybe 5 to 10 years ago. But now business isn't transactional, it's personal. And you've probably seen this shift in the way that businesses are run and how they market and message themselves. And even from a consumer standpoint, if you're looking to buy something, you're often looking at the messaging that a brand is giving you, or whether or not they have an authentic background to their story. And this is becoming more and more popular for people who are buying products. Because people aren't just looking for great products anymore. There's tons of great products, right? You could go to the store and buy a great product. You can go to somebody's online course website and buy a great course, but people aren't just looking for that anymore. Now they're looking for great stories too. So potential customers want to know you. They want to know you and about your brand. So what's your story? How does that relate to what you're selling? How can they connect to you on a more intimate or deep connection rather than just the surface of what you're doing to run your business? So talking more about you and your story as it relates to your business. And then what story are you creating for your brand? So is it just that you post product images on social media, or you send emails about discounts that you're doing in your business? Or do you have some kind of underlying theme that you talk about all the time, something that's inspiring or motivating or transparent, or something that just helps your potential customers to connect with you in a deeper way? And how does your messaging fit into your audience's lifestyle? So what are you really selling? I've got some examples for you. Now, this is an example. I got a Facebook ad from this company recently, and looking at this image here, you might not immediately know what they're selling, or maybe you think they're selling cute hats or something super high fashion. They're selling shower caps, and I actually bought one of these shower caps, and it was delivered to my house in just the most beautiful packaging. It looked super stylish, and so what they're not selling, or what they're selling, is not a shower cap. Which, if you think of a shower cap, you think of something that's kind of ugly, something that probably has a weird pattern on it that you didn't really want, but it was the only one at CVS or Walgreens, so that's the one you bought. And you think of something that just doesn't exude sexiness. So Shower Cap reinvented the shower cap. The company is called Shower Cap. And what they're selling instead is style, sexiness, and class. So they use that kind of messaging on their social media, all over their website. They have these beautiful women in really high fashion clothes wearing these shower caps to create this different storyline around what they're selling. And it feels more authentic because women nowadays can see themselves in these images more than they can in a frumpy, gross shower cap that maybe has a weird pattern on it, right? Or Soko. If you've heard of Soko, it's a jewelry company that's all about ethical fashion, and they make their jewelry internationally. They hire people internationally to help them make it, but in a really ethical, ethically sourced way. So what they're selling isn't just jewelry, they're selling worldliness and impact. And you can see down here, there's a little arrow pointing to this little section in the details. In case you can't see it, it says, handcrafted in Kenya, your purchase promotes artisan, innovation, and entrepreneurship. So they hire often women in other countries like Kenya to help them create their jewelry in a really ethical, worldly sourced kind of way, right? So you're getting things that are produced in this way that most jewelry is not in the kind of fashion world that we live in now. So you go to this website and now you're buying jewelry that has a story attached to it, has a meaning, and it makes you feel more worldly and feel like you're creating more of an impact in the world. And this is another part of their website. On the Soko website, they have an impact page, which is exactly what we're talking about here, where it says, we're pioneering ethical, fast fashion. So you've probably heard of fast fashion like H&M or Forever 21, which doesn't source their clothing in a very ethical way. But with Soko, they're doing the same thing, but in a really ethical way. So it gives you that peace of mind, and it makes people want to shop with them because they know where their jewelry is coming from and who it's going to support. This is Jenna Kutcher. You guys might follow her on social media, but she has an online brand. She does courses, photography. She has a popular Instagram page. And she's not just selling online courses, and she's not just selling photography, because oftentimes what she'll post on Instagram are things that are really transparent, really authentic. So she's selling self-love and courage to be yourself. She posts images of herself in bathing suits or underwear and talks about how she's not a size that a lot of women think is acceptable to post on social media in a bathing suit. So she's encouraging people to love themselves and to be courageous enough to be who they are, which I think is so rad. But she's not selling an online course. She's attracting people through her authentic story and getting them to relate to her on that deeper level. And Outdoor Voices, if you've heard of this brand, they sell athletic clothing, but you can see here on this page of their website where it says human, not superhuman, because a lot of the fitness world nowadays almost seems like you have to be a superhuman, or you're buying yoga clothes so that you could become like this huge yoga, amazing exerciser person. But what they're doing is selling fitness for everyday people. They talk about how it could be you're walking the dog, or you're going for a 10-minute run, or you're doing something simple, but you're staying active. So fitness for everyday people. And that's their story, that you're an everyday person. You're not trying to run for the Olympics or anything like that. You are just trying to be active and healthy on a daily basis. So ask yourself, what are you really selling inside of your business? You may be selling an online course, but your tribe is really buying freedom. Or maybe you're selling fitness coaching, but what you're really selling is confidence, because that's what your potential customers are going to get. So how are you weaving that into the story that you're telling to your customers and your community online? Figure out what you're really selling and then use that in the messaging and storytelling of your brand. This can be on social media, in your email marketing, on your website, anywhere that you exist as a brand online. You should be weaving that story into everything that you do. And on that note, consumers are also looking for businesses that want to make an impact. So not just selling something, but giving back in some way with your brand. So can you donate a portion of sales to a cause that you care about, even if it's 0.5% of sales or 1% of sales, or just a nominal fee that you donate every year to a cause that you support, whatever you can afford, creating that impact through your business. Or maybe it's standing up for causes on social media that you really care about and using your platform as a force for good. Or creating a giving component of your business, where maybe your business is the kind of like one-for-one model where you give something for every purchase that you get. Or maybe you hire people who otherwise would be unemployable in certain social circles. So for example, the Giving Keys provides jobs for homeless people or people transitioning out of homelessness. Marie Forleo's website, they have a giving page where they talk about all of the different fundraisers they've done, charities they've given to, and how they donate a portion of all sales to charity. And then Glennon Doyle Melton, if you follow her on social media, she frequently uses her social media accounts with hundreds of thousands of followers. Obviously, you could do this with far, far less, to stand up for causes that she supports. So this one says, Trust Women, Believe Women, about the recent uprising in sexual harassment cases that have been coming out more and more lately. So she talks frequently about different causes, not just even this one that she supports, and she gives a voice to these charities or causes that are really important to her. So creating an impact is huge for online businesses in 2018 as well. Okay. So authenticity and impact equals connection. Transactional businesses are the old way of doing business. And now people want to feel like they're part of your story and the impact that you're creating. So ask yourself, what is my story? What message do I want to convey? And what is the impact that I'm creating? Or how can I use my business as a force for good? And how can you create more authenticity and impact with your brand? Definitely ponder that one later and think of some ideas that you can use to really drive that home as we go into 2018. So let me know in the chat. Type impact into the chat if you prefer businesses that are authentic storytellers and who give back in some way. If that's something that you really care about when you're following someone on social media, maybe you're more likely to follow someone who is an authentic storyteller or somebody who does give back to charity or volunteers or talks about causes that they support. Or maybe when you're shopping for something online, you'd rather buy something from a business that has this authentic, relatable story versus one that seems more transactional. So type impact if any of that is true for you. And I'm already seeing a lot of people typing impact. I can really read how fast it's going. So you can tell that this is something that people really care about. All right, number 2 is that there are 2018 strategies for digital products. Digital products have been around for a long time. Things like online courses, membership sites, PDFs, ebooks. But you want to make sure that you have strategies that are working in 2018, not just now or in previous years, but things that are really primed for this new age that we're going into. So digital products are still on the rise. Don't worry if you want to create an online course and you're thinking, the market's too saturated, I can't do that anymore, no one will buy it. There's already 20 other courses out there that are just like the one I wanted to create. Just quiet the noise. It's not true. You can still create an online course. But does that mean that the industry is too saturated? No, it does not. So it does mean instead that things are changing. So instead of creating an online course and making a ton of sales like maybe you used to be able to do because you're the only person who created a course on that topic, now that the market is becoming a little bit more saturated and there's more online products to buy, it just means that you need a slightly different strategy in order to get the same or better results that you were getting before. So first, you want to create authentic connections. We just talked about this. So your digital product business first starts with your story and your messaging. What are your courses really selling? And how can you weave that into the story that you portray online? So authentic connections are king, the first thing that you should consider when selling online products. And how can you create a stronger connection with your tribe or build a deeper sense of community? So think of ways that you can use your course to not just sell video trainings or an ebook, but then how can you leverage that teaching into something that creates a deeper community with your tribe? How can you help them to feel more connected to other people who have purchased the same product? So I've got a few suggestions for you on how to do this and what's working now for online courses to keep people engaged, to build that community, and to make sure that your courses stand out even in a saturated market. The first thing is to create short, digestible videos of 10 minutes or less. So you can still have the same amount of content inside of your courses. But what you want to do is create videos that are able to be consumed while somebody's eating their lunch pretty quickly, right? So you don't want to create videos inside of your courses that are an hour long or 2 hours long because you didn't edit them. It's just like the straight module in one video, right? So put them into smaller bite-sized videos that people can watch over a quick bite to eat or just as they're sitting in their living room relaxing, right? So think of how can I cut these up into a more digestible way? And on that note too, thinking of, is all of this information necessary for someone to get results? Because people want to be able to get results with your courses and products and membership sites in as little time as possible. You can say that that sucks and you hate the way that the direction that people are moving in now where we have short attention spans, but I feel like there's no point to that. There's no point to complaining about it. It's just kind of the way things are now. And it's up to us, and it's kind of a fun challenge to find new ways to keep our students engaged in what we're doing. So people are just more fast-paced and they're looking for digestible information to consume. Now, number 2, with what's working, is a connected community. So we talked a little bit about having a connected community, but most consumers want a community where they can brainstorm with other students, get feedback from you, from your other students, maybe from community coaches or managers that you've got, and feel connected to other people inside of this course. So they're not really just looking for a course where they can buy a video, watch it by themselves, and then just implement the video. They're really looking for a place where they can buy a course, watch it, but then ask questions or brainstorm ideas with other people inside of the course or meet those people face to face. Now, number 3 is they want access to you or members of your team. So purely DIY courses are taking a backseat to DIY plus hands-on learning. So people do want the course that they can watch anytime, like Netflix, right? But they also want that kind of hands-on hand-holding support that only you or members of your team can get. So something that we've done inside of our courses is we have a lot of community coaches who I've trained, who are on my team, who I meet with weekly, and who are trained on all of the materials inside of the course, many of whom have been with my company for quite some time now. And they go into our Facebook groups, or they lead live calls, or they're just there to support our community, because as your courses and communities grow, it may be harder and harder for you to always be the person answering every single question if you're still going to try and grow your business as well. But having those community coaches and just people who are there to support your students can be hugely valuable when somebody is going to buy an online course. So coaching calls, mastermind calls, live events or meetups that you can incorporate into your online course packages. And this is an example actually of one of the mastermind calls that we do every couple of weeks inside of our membership community. I have different community coaches who teach them. You can see Kenny there, who I think he's in the chat right now as well, but he helps to lead some of these mastermind calls for our students. And it's just a great way to be able to connect face to face, because you see so many threads in Facebook groups, or you see pre-recorded videos inside of your online course account, but it's so much more rare to actually connect with people face-to-face on live video and have a real interaction, because that's where the magic is, right? That's where you build deep connections with people, where you learn different information and you get more specific, personalized advice. Amy Porterfield has also been starting to do events with her community for people who have bought an online course that she's sold in the past. She does a big event for all of those people who bought that course. So she's taking those virtual relationships and turning them into real in-person connections. All right, and number 4 is incorporating physical goods into your digital products. So not just thinking of selling something online and having that be the end of it, or even online and doing something in person or live video where you can connect with them like we talked about in the previous point, but actually sending something to their house is a really cool way to create deeper connections with your online community. Because people love snail mail, and building that offline relationship is something that people are craving after they've taken a lot of online courses or watched videos, read blog posts. They really want something that's more meaningful in a physical way, where they can hold it, where they can bring it with them places, where they can feel like they have a piece of your brand with them when they're drinking their morning coffee, or when they're journaling about something, or writing down their ideas, or whatever it is. So thinking about, if you're selling online courses or digital products, is there something that I could send to their house as an added bonus, or just a little gift of thanks, or maybe you send a workbook to help them go through the material inside of the course, but something that bridges that gap between online and in real life physical connections. So this is something that we've done before. We do custom snail mail packages for our students. So this is a little notebook. You can see it says Pursuit with Purpose. And we've created these custom notebooks for students in some of our courses to send directly to their house with other little gifts and things that we send them to. And again, that just helps to create more of that in-person, physical kind of connection beyond just watching something on your screen. All right, so number 3 for online business trends of 2018 something I like to call free-for-all. What this means is that online businesses thrive from free value or from giving free value to their potential customers or their audience, because consumers want to test your knowledge before they commit to buying your products. With so many different digital products and informational products that people are selling, people want to know that what you're selling is actually going to work for them. And that could be the difference between them buying your product versus somebody else's, because if someone else is giving away some really amazing free value before trying to sell anything to you, then you're going to trust them more than the person whose email list you sign up for, and immediately they're like, hey, go buy this thing. And you're like, I don't even know you. I didn't even learn anything about you or from you yet. Why would I buy your course? It's different than buying, and use this as an example again, a coffee mug, because obviously I can pick it up and see that I like it. But with digital products or even services where you're creating something or doing something for somebody, people want to know that what they're going to get is legitimate and that it's good and that they'll actually gain something from it. So if you're selling courses or services or anything like that, then make sure to give really awesome free value first. So ask yourself, what kind of free value can you give before their purchase? This could be information or inspiration. So you can add value to people's lives by simply inspiring them in a certain way. And this could go back to the story that you're telling with your brand, because if you're inspiring them with a certain story, like if you remember Soko that crafts their jewelry in really ethical ways in places like Africa, that's inspiring to a lot of people who maybe are well-traveled or people who care about ethical fashion, and they're more likely to buy because they feel inspired by that free value that they're getting on your social media account. Or it could be informational, like you create some amazing free PDF or webinar or anything, and people get a lot of value out of it and then want to work with you. So what can you create free content on? Well, ask yourself, what questions do my potential customers often have? What questions do they often have? And how can I answer that in a way that answers it for a lot of people? So answering it in a way that is more general. So what questions do my potential customers often have? And what mindset shifts are they working on right now that you can help them with, that you can help them or support them with? So you can create free content to help them get past this level that they're at in their life and upgrade to a new mindset. So oftentimes, if you're selling digital products, this is thinking about where you were just a couple years ago, or where you were when you started your journey on this topic that you're teaching people about. And then how can you answer the questions that those people have who are just starting their journey now? And what do they need to learn from you before buying your products? What do they need to learn before they'll feel ready to buy your products, before they can trust you, or before they're even ready to buy your product? Maybe your product is more of like an intermediate level and you want to start teaching more of the beginner stuff to people to make sure that they're primed and ready to buy your product when they see it. So for example, you could start a podcast. This is Chris Harder, who has a podcast all about changing your money mindset beliefs and blocks so that you can make more money and just feel more abundant in your life. So he has this free podcast where he talks all about different money mindset blocks that we have, how that's blocking you from earning the income that you want. And then he brings in people and does interviews of people who have kind of surpassed or moved past different blocks that they have. And then he also does solo episodes talking about how to create more abundance in your life. So if he created a course on getting over your money mindset blocks, or if he created a service on how to make more money in your business by changing your mindset, just by having this podcast, he's going to make more sales because people already trust his knowledge. Or you could have a blog where you talk about different things that your potential customers or your audience often ask you. This is an example of my blog, and I tell people all the time, whenever someone asks me, how do you start an online business? Or like, how did you gain traction in your business? I tell them that my blog was probably the single most important thing that I did. I started by creating free value, by sharing it with as many people as I could. And that alone helped me grow a community and grow my email list pretty quickly inside of my business. I just think it's so valuable to give that free value on a blog. Or this is Lavender, who has a YouTube channel You can see here it says how to make a vision board and current me versus future me. So how to make a vision board, let's say. And she has an example of her vision board here, and she's teaching you how to do this for yourself. And she has a lot of different videos on kind of self-help topics, becoming your best self, planning the vision for your life. And if she were to make a course or a service to help people do that in a more specific way or in a bigger way, then she's going to make sales simply because she's taught people how to do it for free. Or this is Lewis Howes. So this is not necessarily informational, what he's posting, but if you kind of take a glance at these different Twitter posts, then you can see that he's posting things that are inspiring. And they're all kind of in the same wavelength of self-love, of achieving your dreams, of believing in your potential. And then he creates events and he has a podcast and he creates courses that help you achieve all of that. So he's really marketing the story, right? What he's really selling is that freedom, that self-love, all of those different things, rather than using his social media as a place to market his courses, his events, or anything like that. He's really selling the inspiration. And then you find the products and services on the back end. And then some in-person meetups too. So this is something that I like to do with my business is when I travel to new cities, have in-person meetups so that I can meet more of my community, which is really fun for me. But then it also kind of side effect is that people will ask me questions or we'll have little mastermindy chats with each other. And it just helps me to strengthen those bonds that I have with my community and show that I know things and I can help them with things live and in person. So bottom line is that free value sells. People want to learn from you before trusting you enough to buy something. And this allows you to build a deeper relationship with your tribe and grow your audience in the first place. So if you don't have something like this set up for your business right now, whether it's a blog or a podcast, YouTube, meetups that you do every month, think of how can I create more free value with my community and really serve them in a bigger way without asking for anything in return. Because that's just going to help you grow your audience, get people to talk about your brand more, and eventually help you make more sales too. Number 4, we're more than halfway there, is something I like to call, I'll have my cake and eat it too, every single day. So what I mean by that are live launches versus evergreen sales funnels. So have you noticed that live launches give a spike in sales and then you're in famine mode for several months? Raise your hand. Let me know in the chat if you've ever had that experience where you do a live launch. And if you're unfamiliar with what a live launch is, it's basically when you open enrollment for your service or your course or your membership site for just a few days every few months. And you do a bunch of stuff around this live launch, like maybe you host a webinar like this, or maybe you do a bunch of social media promotion, or maybe you've got an email sequence that goes out during those few days where the enrollment is open. And then what you might find is that you get a lot of sales during those few days, and you're like, heck yeah, this is awesome. And then after the few days, your sales are like 0, right? You get no sales because you close enrollment or because you stop promoting the thing that you were promoting. And all of a sudden, you're not making sales. And a lot of people, myself included, when I started and had this experience, think, well, okay, everyone who bought the thing I was selling bought it and nobody else wants it. Like I've tapped out my community and nobody else is available to buy this thing. Or you might think, well, okay, now I have to pitch and promote this thing every single day if I want to make sales of it. And you start to realize that it's just an unsustainable model to do live launches constantly, to constantly be promoting your stuff, and to constantly be creating things to promote your courses and products. And then there's another way of doing it. So live launches can cause burnout and fatigue and are now taking a backseat to evergreen funnels, which produce consistent monthly revenue. So evergreen sales funnels or passive income funnels are ways that you can create more consistent revenue inside of your business on a daily basis. So in 2018, my prediction is that businesses will still do live launches of their products. We'll probably still do live launches too, but they'll put more focus on creating consistent revenue through passive income sales funnels, because this is a way for you to make money every single day without having to promote anything. And it helps you to just create more of that understanding and knowing of this is how much money I'm going to make this month versus we did a launch last month and I'm not promoting anything this month, so I'm going to make any money this month, and just kind of going through that feast and famine mode of not knowing. So ask yourself, can you set up an email marketing funnel for your products? And the answer most likely is yes. So I would recommend at least doing one live launch first before you set up your first passive income sales funnel. But after that live launch happens and it goes pretty well, then I highly recommend setting up some sort of passive income sales funnel where people are being driven into your course or service on autopilot without you having to promote anything. Now, once you've created this funnel, you want to get traffic to it. So 2018 is the perfect year to get involved in digital advertising to drive traffic to your funnels. So basically setting up some kind of funnel where you might give something away for free, like a PDF, and people sign up through it through a Facebook ad. They see your Facebook ad for this free PDF, they download the free PDF or the workbook or whatever it is, free video, and then they go through a few different emails that give them some more value, but then eventually pitch your product, course, service to them. And you don't have to do anything because the Facebook ads are running themselves and they're making sales through this email marketing funnel on autopilot. And doing it this way, it's not uncommon to earn 2 to 3 times your investment on your funnels with advertising. So if you spend $100 on your Facebook ads for this funnel to get people to join this sales funnel that you've created, it's not uncommon to make $200 or $300 as a result. And you can see that if you're spending $1,000 or $10,000, how you can quickly earn more money inside of your business by having these funnels set up. I think this is a huge point for online businesses going into 2018. And finally, number 5, virtual hugs just ain't cutting it anymore. Now, people are looking for physical interactions. People want more in-person interactions in addition to their digital products. And we see the nuanced benefit now of live stuff, because before it was like you buy a course and you get the recorded videos of the course, and that's great, you learn a lot, but then you're like, well, I have a question. I have a question about my specific circumstances. So how do I know what to do? Because I have a kind of different thing that's a little different than what this course is teaching. Or I have a question that the course didn't answer and it's a little specific. How do I get that nuanced advice without having to hire an expensive coach? Well, most online brands are not answering these questions right now. They're not doing the physical interaction portion of these trends that I'm talking about, which gives you the chance to stand out and create stronger connections with your community. Because if you're the one to create that more nuanced environment where people are able to get feedback and support and coaching, regardless of who they are, what kind of questions they have inside of your digital products, then you're just going to end up creating that stronger community. Your students will get better results, and you'll probably get more sales because this is something that people are looking for nowadays. They don't want to just watch a course in their living room by themselves in the dark. They want to actually be there with other people and have those physical interactions. So I want to know from you, let me know inside the chat, type a big yes if you've noticed that you crave live interactions now rather than just pre-recorded courses. You want live video. You want coaching calls that are live. You want mastermind calls. You want in-person events. You want to be able to see people, to hug them, to talk to them, to bounce ideas off of each other, rather than just consuming a course or reading a blog post on your own. So I see a lot of yeses coming in. That's awesome. And I get it. And that's how I felt too. That's how I feel right now. So I totally get that. So some examples here, you could do live video or webinars. This is actually an example from Todd Herman's Facebook page. Thought it was super cool. He did like a 6-hour live stream on his Facebook page. He was doing a recent launch of one of his courses, and instead of just like writing a blog post about it, or instead of having little testimonial videos on his sales page, instead what he did was he did a 6-hour live stream, and every 15 to 30 minutes he'd invite on a new person who had taken his course and got really great results, and he interviewed them. So I was one of those people who he interviewed, but he interviewed a lot of different people during those 6 hours. And you can see there's over 200 comments, there's 4,000 views, a bunch of shares and likes, and you're just able to create more of that in-person connection so that you not only saw him live on video chatting about his course, but you also got to meet some of his students and maybe see yourself inside of one of his students and one of the people that he was interviewing. Maybe they had a similar business as the people watching did, or maybe they looked similar, right? Whatever it is, it's really helpful to have those live video or interactions where people can really get more of a feel for you and talk to you live versus just the kind of static pre-recorded world that we're kind of living in right now with digital products. You can also do meetups. So like I said earlier, I do meetups from time to time where if I'm in a particular city, I'll invite anybody who's in that city and we can meet up for free, or we could do meetups with just my course students and those people can come and we can all meet up together. But it's another way to get more of that nuanced feedback and to meet other people who are doing similar things. You could do events. So Lewis Howes, if you know of him, I mentioned him earlier, but he started with a podcast and then he started doing online courses. And now what he's really focusing on is hosting a big annual conference. He's done it 2 years in a row. I think this past year had 500 plus people at the conference. And he's really creating bigger experiences for people to have a more intimate connection to his brand and to the type of information and inspiration that he's selling. You could also host masterminds. So a mastermind is like a small coaching group, basically. This is James Wedmore's mastermind, and you can see it just gives all these people who otherwise would have bought an online course or something like that a way to interact more in person with more of that live aspect. Now, this doesn't have to be in person, by the way. None of these examples necessarily need to be in-person events that you're hosting or you're throwing. What people really are craving is just more of that personal connection to other people. They want to be able to ask questions. They want to brainstorm and bounce ideas off of other people. And they don't just want to be sitting at home watching a video by themselves. So you don't have to throw a huge conference to create more of that live physical interaction with your community, but you do need to do something to help them feel more connected to you and the other people in your tribe. So how can you add in real life to your business? Well, ask yourself, in what ways can you provide more in-person opportunities to connect? Even in-person online, right? So in real life, online works too, but people are looking just in general for those live interactions inside or in 2018. They really want more of that personal connection with you. So here's why you showed up to this workshop today. You want to learn the latest trends and strategies for online businesses. You want to increase your sales and grow your audience. And you want to find other people who care just as much about growing their businesses as they do about impacting the world. Really, you're looking for a community of people that you can bounce ideas off of, that you feel like you get that nuanced information from on a regular basis, and that you're always just up to date on the latest business trends. But where do you learn it all? How do you learn how to host webinars or build passive income sales funnels, or use video or live video to grow your business, or get more traffic, or create multiple income streams? Where do you learn how to do all of this stuff? Do you have to go to Google? Do you have to buy online courses for every single thing that you want to learn? Well, normally, if you wanted to learn every aspect of starting and growing a successful business and stay up to date on all the latest strategies, you'd need to hire an expensive coach, buy tons of e-courses, or hope that the Google gods would lead you to content that wasn't outdated, because even content from last year is often outdated nowadays. And you'd likely be doing all of these at home, alone, without anyone to talk to or bounce ideas off of. That is, until now. So I wanted to create something where you had all the best and most necessary business building strategies at your fingertips in a digestible format. So again, those videos that are giving you information in a way that's not overwhelming you or giving you too much information where you just have no time to take action. So you want that digestible format with the best business building strategies. You also want to get personalized support and coaching from me live on video. And you get to be surrounded by hundreds of the most driven and encouraging entrepreneurs out there. And you get it all for less than $50 a month. Are you with me? Let's chat. So I want to introduce you to something called Pursuit HQ. So Pursuit HQ is a monthly membership community for entrepreneurs who want the training, the personalized advice, and the community to hit their biggest goals without a big price tag involved here. So what do you get inside of Pursuit HQ? Well, every month you get a masterclass training and a live Q&A session. So again, you get that nuanced advice and the latest business building strategies. These are 30 to 45 minutes long, so they're long enough to be really in-depth and helpful, but not so long that every month you're like, oh my gosh, I'm behind again. And then after every masterclass training, we have a live Q&A to answer any of your questions, and then we put all of these masterclass trainings inside of our membership community website. You also get implementation workbooks inside of Pursuit HQ. These are worksheets, written guides, things that spell out the masterclass in a way that's even more digestible and helps you to take action on what you just learned and develop your own plan. We've also got live mastermind meetings. So these are our mastermind calls to get personalized advice from our community coaches and other members. So you'll finally feel like you're surrounding yourself with people who get it. So we have these every couple of weeks inside of Pursuit HQ, where any member who wants to come can join these video calls, and we'll do hot seats where you can talk about a problem you're having. Everyone can give you some advice. You can share your wins or your struggles, and really just feel like you're supported in a community of people who've been there or who understand where you're coming from. We've even got a quarterly book club because I'm a big book nerd, and I feel like back in the day, I would buy a ton of books and then never read them because I just didn't have any time, so I thought. And I didn't have anybody to talk about the books with to make it more fun and more engaging. So we've started a quarterly book club, pretty manageable since it's just every quarter. And it gives you the chance to actually read all those books you've been hoarding and then discuss them with other members with our fun discussion questions, new perspectives, and tons of motivation. And there's an exclusive community for entrepreneurs just for Pursuit HQ members. So I do have some bonuses that you're going to get when you enroll in Pursuit HQ. The first bonus is actually a fast action bonus. So what this means is that you only get this bonus if you enroll in Pursuit HQ while we're still live on this webinar. So you should see a little button in the chat area right now if you're live with me. Right now it's about 11:55 a.m. Pacific here on Wednesday. So if you're live with me right now and you purchase this membership before we sign off, then you'll get this extra bonus. What it is it's the Income Projections Masterclass, where I'm going to teach you exactly how I plan my income every single year. You get my spreadsheet and formula for planning my income every year. And it shows you exactly what you need to do and create to hit your revenue goals, which I feel is super motivating. It's one of my favorite things to create at the end of every year because it just gets me really juiced and amped up to hit my goals and to just know what I'm going to be promoting, what I need to create, what I'm going to be doing every single month, and just looking forward to all the revenue that I know I'm going to be able to create with my business. You also get a snail mail package sent to your house. So if you love snail mail, if you're one of those people who raise their hand and you're like, yes, I love getting physical mail sent to my house, then we actually are custom creating some special little goodies for entrepreneurs just for our Pursuit HQ members, and we're going to send it straight to your house. Now this bonus expires tonight at midnight. If you try to enroll tomorrow, you won't get this bonus, unfortunately. So tonight at midnight. And what you're going to get is a hand-picked and custom-created snail mail gift sent directly to your door. And again, this expires tonight, Wednesday at midnight Pacific. And just for US and Canada addresses only. Sorry to our international friends. Fortunately, shipping is very expensive abroad. Okay, and then a very, very special bonus that you'll get when you enroll in Pursuit HQ is what I like to call the Pursuit HQ MBA. You get 10 bundles of content and strategies instantly when you join Pursuit HQ. So some of the topics that are covered in each of these bundles are things like how to reveal your deepest purpose and goals for your life, an overview of potential income streams to grow your business, how to organically grow your traffic, how to use webinars to grow your authority, sales, and audience, how to create an epic sales page, how to create routines that build better businesses and lives, how and when to hire people for your business, how to create value-packed free content to grow your audience, copywriting that sells, and more. So you get a lot of different topics covered inside of masterclasses and workbooks and coaching calls that you're getting with these 10 bundles of content. It's kind of like getting 10 different e-courses instantly when you join Pursuit HQ. So the total value of all of these different bonuses and Pursuit HQ is over $2,000. I could sell these different bundle kits on their own for a good amount of money, and I could sell all of these different things for at least $2,000, but I'm not going to charge you $2,000. You have 2 enrollment options. And the first one starts at $47 a month. So this is a monthly payment plan. It's kind of like your Netflix subscription, but it's your subscription that's going to help you grow your business and connect with other heart-centered, high-achieving entrepreneurs. So think of it like Netflix, where you're part of a monthly membership community. So you could do the monthly payment plan for $47 a month, or if you know that this is like everything that you've ever wanted and more in life, then you could sign up for our annual payment plan. You get a little discount, almost 2 months free, $497 a year. So in order to get started and sign up for Pursuit HQ, just click that sign me up or get instant access button that you see over there in the chat. And that will take you to a page where you can then click your enrollment option and then get set up and pay. So you select your payment option and then you'll be able to just check out. It's really easy breezy. And you'll be a member of Pursuit HQ instantly. Now this is Encore. Encore is the CEO of Teachable. If you've ever heard of Teachable, it's a pretty big software company now. And he says, I can't think of anyone in the world that gets online programs the way Melyssa does. In a space that sometimes has a reputation for being a land of false promises, what separates Melyssa from the rest is her students have real results and she truly deeply cares about their success. Thank you, Encore, such kind words. And I want to tell you about the money back guarantee that I've got as well, because I want to make sure that you love Pursuit HQ and that you get a ton out of this community. So you have basically an entire month to use Pursuit HQ's training, community, coaching calls, mastermind calls, book club, all the good stuff, risk-free. So if it's not the right fit, you're not getting something out of Pursuit HQ, we will gladly refund you until January 19th of 2018. So if you enroll today, you've got quite a bit of time to go through everything, decide if it's something that's really valuable for you, or to just ask for your money back, and we will gladly give that to you. Now, who is Pursuit HQ for? Well, it's for the entrepreneur who wants personalized coaching without personalized prices. It's for business owners looking for bite-sized yet in-depth trainings on a variety of necessary topics. And it's for a community of like-minded entrepreneurs who are there to offer advice and encouragement 24/7. So if you want digestible, in-depth trainings on the most important business building topics, personalized advice and coaching through our monthly Q&A calls, a private community of the most dedicated, knowledgeable, and encouraging entrepreneurs, a quarterly book club to read business-enhancing books and discuss them with your new tribe, and bi-weekly mastermind calls with other members to finally have a crew who gets it. And I'll see you inside Pursuit HQ. Make sure to click the button that you see there in the chat, and you can head on over to the checkout page, pick your enrollment option, and sign up. So again, here's everything that you get inside of Pursuit HQ, and then remember you get the 10 bundles of bonus content, you get that snail mail package, and if you enroll before we sign off, you're going to get the How to Plan Out Your Income for Next Year workshop. So I'm actually going to stop sharing here so that I can answer some questions for you, but I will stick around for about 15 minutes. I had a little timer there, but I'm just going to be on camera so I can chat with you guys. So I'm going to answer your questions. I know we got a lot of questions during the presentation. So we'll stick around until 12:15, 12:20 Pacific and get through as many questions as we can. If you've got any questions, just type them into the chat and I will answer them as quickly as I can. Okay. Great question from Chris. So Chris says, how would this group be different from some of the free groups I have access to on Facebook? I love this question. Okay, so this is a huge reason why we created Pursuit HQ in the first place, because I felt like there's tons of free groups on Facebook, tons of free Facebook groups. And I wanted to create something that I felt was more deeply connected and something where people felt like they got more out of it than free groups. So there's a few main differences. The first one is it's not just a Facebook group. Of course, every single month you're getting master classes, you're getting Q&A sessions, you're getting implementation workbooks. We've got journal prompts to help you connect more deeply with yourself. We have a lot of different content that you're getting inside of Pursuit HQ. So that's a big difference. As for the community aspect itself, some things that we do differently is that we have every couple of weeks mastermind calls where anybody can join a live video call where everyone's on camera. You can do hot seats, get advice, brainstorm ideas with other members, and just feel more of that deeper in-person live connection with the other people inside of Pursuit HQ. I haven't seen a Facebook group for free that's offered that before, so I think that that's a huge benefit. We also have our quarterly book club, and we also promote people creating videos to ask questions or introduce themselves inside of the Pursuit HQ Facebook group. So when you scroll through a normal free Facebook group, it's usually just all these text threads, and you don't really feel super connected to the people in them because you've only seen them in writing, right? But in Pursuit HQ, in our Facebook community, a lot of our members love to record videos. So when you scroll through it, you'll see all these videos that someone recorded like 30 minutes ago, an hour ago, and you feel just that connection to these people because you actually see them live on video or you see them live in our mastermind calls or book club meetings. So it's very different in that way. And then the other reason is that we've got 3 amazing community coaches in addition to myself who are in the Pursuit HQ Facebook community, there to answer your questions, to make sure that no question goes unanswered, and to always be there to offer encouragement and support for our members. These are trained, amazing people. You will fall in love with them, who are there to coach you through everything inside of your business. So whereas in a free Facebook group, you might feel kind of unheard or unseen, it's not the case inside of Pursuit HQ. That is a huge reason why we decided to create this program. Okay. Let's see. So Elisa says, wondering if this is going to work for my business. I'm looking to start a digital service business first before online courses to build a trustable brand and experience before the online course creation. So if you have a physical product, you've got a service, you've got online courses, any digital products, anything that you're selling online is a perfect fit for Pursuit HQ. We've got members of all different types of niches and industries and types of products that they're promoting. I see Nadia said, would this be a good fit if I only sell physical products? Ashley said, I want to focus on growing my digital planner business in 2018. So yes, this will help you grow regardless of what you're selling. And you're going to be with other entrepreneurs too who are in a variety of industries, which I find really cool because these are people who are more dedicated than what you'd find in a free Facebook group, because obviously you have to pay to play to be part of this membership. And these are people who are getting success or working towards success in all different types of industries. So you'll get some really interesting feedback from the people inside of this group. Rochelle says, do you help entrepreneurs figure out how to put together your ideas into a business? So maybe you're watching this right now and you don't have a business yet, and you're wondering if this is going to be a good fit for you. My best advice to you is to join, to really utilize our Facebook community, to ask questions, to go to the mastermind calls. Those are going to be huge for you for figuring out answers to these kinds of questions, and to be an active participant inside of the community, because there are hundreds of people in there already who are there to answer your questions, to give you feedback, because obviously everyone there has already started a business or is thinking about starting a business as well. So they've got lots of ideas for you. And then if you decide, Rochelle, or anyone else who's in this position where you don't have a business yet, if you decide that you didn't get anything out of being part of Pursuit HQ, then just ask us for a refund. We've got our money back guarantee. for about a month after you join. So you can completely join, get tons of free feedback, and then decide after that if it feels like a good fit for you. And Brianna, again, so other questions. I see a lot of questions. I'm just starting my blog and virtual assistant business. Amanda says I'm a food blogger, but trying to shift to food photography and creating a course. So a lot of questions about basically, will this work for my kind of business? And the answer is yes. I've probably seen your kind of business inside of Pursuit HQ before, so don't worry that you're going to be like the odd man out or that you won't learn something because it's only for certain types of businesses. It'll work for you too. Okay, so Soraya says, are there any classes and info about building sales funnels or Facebook marketing? Those are actually two of the topics that we're covering early on in 2018 inside of Pursuit HQ. So if that's something that you want to learn, building those passive income sales funnels or using Facebook ads or Instagram ads to grow your business, then I highly recommend joining Pursuit HQ, because those are things that we've actually got on the calendar to work on and teach in early 2018. So Kelly says, would you start the evergreen sales funnel with a live launch and then roll it on from there? Yes, so I would start your passive income sales funnel by doing a live launch of your product or service, and then using that live launch formula, the kind of strategies or system that you use during the live launch, and then using that for your passive income sales funnel, just kind of making it evergreen when you create it for this passive purpose. And Chris says, so when you do a live launch, what happens at the end? How do you wrap things up? So if you're doing a live launch where enrollment closes on a certain date, then what happens at the end is that enrollment closes. That's it. So it gives people that urgency that they need to sign up before this particular date, because enrollment's closing and they're not going to be able to sign up after that. So Jermaine says, any ideas for going live, like doing a live video, Facebook Live, webinar, for an introverted, kind of shy and reserved person? So what I would say is that I feel like I consider myself an ambivert, kind of in the middle of introvert and extrovert. So sometimes I'm more introverted, sometimes more extroverted. And so I definitely relate to introversion in that way. And what I've found is that the introverted side of me really craves deep connections with people. It really craves that ability to create a connected community, to really get to know somebody in a meaningful, deep way. And I assume that that's the same way for you, Jermaine, where you don't want to have the kind of surface level conversations with people. You want to just like dive in and really get to know somebody. And that works really well for live video. So don't think of it as you're a shy, reserved person and therefore you can't do live video. Think of it as more of, I'm somebody who craves deep, meaningful connections. So how can I create that experience for myself and my community when I'm on live video? Maybe it means that you're a little bit more transparent, or maybe it means that you talk about things that other people are scared to talk about. And that might sound scary to you at first, to like do something different or be more vulnerable on video, but you'll find that you create more of those deep, meaningful connections with your audience. And that is just so much more fulfilling for people like you and me and probably a lot of people who are watching here. So Katie says, what do you think of direct sales for digital marketing versus doing free value and driving people into a sales funnel? Is there any benefit of direct sales through Facebook advertising? I think direct sales are kind of tough if you're doing it to a cold audience. So if you're doing a Facebook ad directly to your sales page and telling people to go buy something, that can work for physical product businesses so long as your messaging and your story is spot on in your Facebook ad. But for businesses that are selling more information, like an online course or a service, it doesn't work as well at all. You really want to use your Facebook ads to drive people to something for free that they're going to get, free value, in order to better understand your teaching style, understand your knowledge, and just understand more of what they can learn from you. So if you are more of a service-based or online course digital product business, you want to use Facebook ads to drive people to something for free and then drive them into a passive income sales funnel. Okay. Ryan says, if I signed up for Pursuit HQ yesterday, do I still get the income planning bonus? Yes, you do, my friend. Anyone who signed up until we sign off in just a few minutes will get that bonus. So I'm actually going to share my screen one more time so that you can see all of the different bonuses one more time here. We'll go over them before we sign off. Okay, we go back. Okay, so some of the bonuses that you get are the Income Projections Masterclass, which is exactly how I plan my income each year. Inside of this bonus workshop that you're going to get, you'll learn my spreadsheet and formula for planning my income every year, and it'll show you exactly how to do that for yourself and your business, which I feel is super motivating. But you only get this bonus Income Projections workshop if you sign up before we sign off the live webinar right now. We're going to sign off in a few minutes here in case that's helpful for you. So make sure to sign up before we sign off if you want to get this bonus masterclass. You're also going to get the snail mail package sent to your house. Now this expires tonight, so make sure that you sign up. I would recommend signing up on the webinar so you get the income projections bonus as well, but definitely signing up by tonight in order to get this special package mailed to your house. And then also the 10 bundles of content and strategies already inside Pursuit HQ, basically a $2,000 value because of all of the different things that you're going to get on all of these different topics. I saw somebody asked what kinds of topics did we already cover inside of Pursuit HQ. So these are the different bundles of content, 10 different things that you have to look forward to that will help you grow your audience, your traffic, your sales, plan out your income streams, plan out your business, understand the purpose of your life and your business and create more of that why inside of your business, hire a great team, create awesome sales pages, everything, right? So I call it the Pursuit HQ MBA because you get a lot of different amazing content, Q&A calls, all this kind of good stuff to help you really start and grow a business that's primed for 2018. And then inside of Pursuit HQ itself, let me just scroll ahead here. You get our training. So every month we do a masterclass training. We do a Q&A call with the training, the masterclass training. And we also do personalized coaching for our monthly Q&A and mastermind calls. We've got our private community where a lot of people are interactive, recording videos. We've got our mastermind calls happening. So it's a bit different than a free Facebook group. We have our quarterly book club, our mastermind calls, and we've also got workbooks that we give out every month as well to help you go through the content. So you can see here kind of a list of everything that you get inside of Pursuit HQ. I'm actually just going to stop the timer there. But you get a lot of stuff every single month for what I think is a stupid low amount of money, $47 a month. So I'm going to stop sharing here. Okay, so I'll answer a couple more questions. I know we've got some more here. So if you want to get that fast action bonus, the how to plan your income for 2018 workshop and the formulas and spreadsheet that I use, then make sure to sign up. Click that button that you see on your screen right now and sign up before we sign off right now in order to get that. Okay, and Tolu says, will this help with network or multi-level marketing businesses? Yes, it'll honestly work for any kind of business that you have because the strategies are not very different from industry to industry or business model to business model. It's just a matter of having the right strategies that are working now rather than things that are outdated or not working anymore. So yes, it'll work regardless of what kind of business you've got. Okay, so one last question here. If there's anything else I can answer. And I'm seeing people saying that they just joined. That is so exciting. I love that. Welcome everybody who did just join Pursuit HQ. I am so excited to have you inside of this community. This is something that I've wanted to create for many months. We opened enrollment almost a year ago now. It was quite a while ago, and we really wanted to spend time going through the program with our members who joined at that time. And now we finally feel ready to invite more people in and to really give them all of our love and attention as well, and create an even more supportive, personalized community with our new members. So if you're joining, I am so excited to have you, and thank you for typing in the chat and letting me know that you joined, because I love it. Yeah, I love it. It makes me so excited to see you guys. I can't wait to meet you inside of the Facebook group too. Okay, so let's see if there's any final questions here. I think we're good. So again, thank you so much for coming today and spending your afternoon or morning or wherever you are in the world, whatever time it is. Thank you for spending an hour or so with me to learn more about the business trends of 2018 and to hopefully join Pursuit HQ and spend the rest of 2018 with me so that we can learn a lot, grow our businesses, create more authentic, engaged communities, and just have that lifestyle of freedom and fulfillment that I know we all crave in our lives. So I hope to see you inside of Pursuit HQ. Make sure to sign up. If you sign up in the next couple minutes, we'll definitely give you that income projections workshop as well. But have a beautiful day and an amazing holiday season. Whatever you're celebrating or not celebrating, I hope you have a great rest of your year and finish 2017 super strong, and just have a beautiful holiday season. All right, guys. I'll talk to you soon and see you inside of Pursuit HQ. Bye-bye.